This is an Amper Sounds production.
I think a career in the creative industry is it's giving up all your shame to get to the place you need to be, which is life anyway, and you have to give up all your shame. But I feel like I've had to give up all my shame and all my details. I wasn't an 18-year-old not little, that's rude, but like I wasn't like a 16-year-old beautiful kid, talented kid who was connected, Nepo baby tees. Like I wasn't that. Like I had to show every bit of myself online in order to get where I needed to be. So to like get my management deal and then this record deal, I had to tell the world everything about me, tell them all about my ex-boyfriends, tell them all about other times I struggled, tell them all. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I'm more than happy to do because I love to overshare. But
well, exactly. Like, but talk about me.
Yeah, as a concept though, it is a strange concept.
But in a way, has it opened up like more avenues? Because it's kind of like, if these certain gatekeepers are not hearing me, aren't letting me in, that I don't fit a certain mold that they're looking for, I'm going to create something, my own antenna to
what I think that's basically what the world is now.
Hey, I'm here with Sue, I think. Hi, Sue.
How you, darling? You all right?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh my God, we're just talking about content creation.
Yeah, crazy.
And did you start doing content because you're a musician?
Yes. So this is the thing that I want to stress and keep stressing to everyone is I was a musician working in cafes from the time I was 18 at uni, and then did that for many a year. And then I was like, why the fuck isn't this working for me? And I was going on tours and just doing things and nothing was building. No one really gave a shit. So then I was like, people would say I was funny when I'd perform. So I was like, all right, I'll just start saying shit on the internet. And I remember I was going through a breakup and I posted, can't come in today as I've got a vape addiction and I'm heartbroken. Can't come into work today. And I was like calling my manager and it got 1,000 likes and I was on TikTok and I was like, oh shit. So then I started posting every day. I like challenged myself to post every day on TikTok for a year. And I got addicted to the validation because it was like going from like a relationship validation to then strangers on the internet validation very quickly. Then within the year, I was like earning money from TikTok, which is crazy.
That buzz of like the heart messages like, oh,
it's crack cocaine.
300.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then you get like a, oh my God. And then when other people come back, like I actually got refollowed by someone called Michael, shout out Michael who'll never listen to this, who was one of the original people that commented like, oh my God, you're so funny. And he kept commenting it. And then over time, I suppose people unfollow you, but he just refollowed me the other day and I was like, she's back. I was like, Michael's back.
I won Michael
but
back.
like, Michael doesn't even know who I am, but like, you know, but the original kick of like, this is so true. Like, it's like, it is crack. And I do get, not to throw it right in the deep end, but like, if people are like really awful people and you get other awful people agreeing with you, like, why they think they're not wrong? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I do, not me being like, I get the alt-right. That's not what I'm saying.
Wait, do you get them?
I don't.
But
no,
do
I
you
don't
do it as a
get
joke?
what they're
You do
doing.
it as a joke?
I think they started doing it as a joke, and then so many people online agree with them that then they're like, oh, well, this isn't wrong, and they're earning a lifestyle, and they're like in Alicante or wherever the fuck they hang out, or like Kiki and running from the police. Like they don't feel like they're doing wrong because they've got a bunch of neeks online, like commenting,
Donating
you're
50
amazing.
quid for
Yeah,
doing
exactly.
whatever. Yeah.
So then we are in this weird thing, but like you said, it's not anymore because once it kind of became my job, and music's now my job, like through posting on TikTok, gaining a following on TikTok, I then got noticed by like managements. So then like TikTok then opened up my world to actually being a better musician and allowing me to finally have the things that I want.
Well, so it gave you kind of freedom, space to be...
what it gave me the job. Like it was like TikTok gave me a job to live on, and then TikTok made me meet Louis. Louis was A&R for a management company. I signed to them, and then I got a record deal through them.
Oh, is that how you know Louis?
Yeah, that's how I know Louis. Yeah.
That's
so
cute.
It's crazy. So it's interesting. And then now I'm trying to convince people that I'm not just TikToker, I'm a musician, even though I was a musician way before I did TikTok.
Okay, so possibly everybody watching this will be here from Straight Diva.
Maybe,
anyway.
yeah.
But would you like to explain Straight Diva and who Louis is?
Yeah, so Louis is my friend, business partner, I guess. We have a podcast.
Oh my God, professional.
Professional, thank you.
It's giving The Apprentice.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
I want to go into business with you, Louis.
Yeah. I don't know why I want to say, but bank. No, do you know where?
He's my bank.
From Weakest Link, bank. But yeah, so we met online. We were both kind of like fine TikTokers at the time. Louis was doing at the time like impressions of posh people. I was just saying stupid shit online, and then he messaged me, and like I said, I was coming out of like a bad breakup, and like we just became like these like unlikely friends. Like he is actually straight, which is funny because everyone's like, is he gay? And you're like, he's actually not gay, which is like the most funny thing. And then we started doing the podcast off a whim. Like we didn't know each other that much. We'd met up maybe 3 times, and then we started doing it. And it's really interesting because we get questions now.
So did you just click?
Yeah. Click like we met up twice. That was it. And then we did a podcast episode at the end of December 2024.
Oh, nice.
That was literally it. And then we were just working together. Kind of crazy. And then very quickly, because at the same time we were doing those field videos. I don't know if you've seen those, but like, yeah, people love them. Where like we weren't taking the piss out of field because we love field now because they.
Well, I was gonna say I literally saw you in a field advert the other day.
No, the demisexual one. Fuck me. Let it go, Field. Please release me. Please.
I don't know what it's telling me. The algorithm is telling me, but I'm getting Field fucking all these people.
No, we love Field. I'm so grateful for that.
I joined Field and been on.
Yeah, and I'm like telling everyone about demisexual is and how to get on Field. I've literally been in a relationship the whole time.
Are you allowed to say that?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, we work with Field so much. They're an amazing team. So basically, we weren't taking the mick out of Field, but we were doing impressions of people on Field. Like, hi, I'm Michelle, I'm thingy, and I do fisting.
Oh, yeah, I remember that content, actually. Yeah.
And that kind of blew up, and it was mad. And so we were like, right, we need to, like, move quickly. So within, like, 3 months, Field was sponsoring the podcast. It was it was crazy. So then that was, like... So it very quickly became my job. And we not that we were cocky about it, but we were very lucky. I kind of see it as someone who, like, maybe... a drag queen that's new to drag goes on Drag Race and they're booked for about a year after Drag Race and a new season comes out and it's like, oh shit, like I now have to work harder to make sure that this stays my job. That's where we're at now, I think. Because we still occasionally get sponsors, but I think we need to we kind of like walked into a podcast that did okay. You know, we immediately then did the Field segment on the podcast and then that was like, and then that kind of blew up as much as the Field stuff did, and then that was kind of where our audience came from, I think.
Okay, so what, in terms of being a content creator and being a musician, is there like a time when you have to choose one or the other, or is it like in this world now, is being a content creator and a musician like the same thing?
So I think about this a lot, and I think my manager, Nick, who runs a label that I'm on, he said to me, he was like, the modern day musician has to do 15 different things to be where they are. And I actually think that the modern day artist of any kind, whether it's acting, literal art, like dance, whatever, you have to do. So you got a podcast.
Yeah.
I've got a podcast. Yeah. I used to assist on shoots. I used to work in a cafe. I feel like to get to that one thing, you need to prove yourself you need to post funny videos. You then need to post like thought-provoking videos. You need to, so I think that you do have to wear 15 different hats to get to that one thing. And then it is kind of like battle of the content of who to get there. But even when you look at musicians who have popped up recently, like you got like your Doechis, you got Doja, you got like Lil Nas, like all of, like you got Ice Spice, like, I remember when Ice Spice was someone that would just go viral way before they started rapping. Can you remember the Bus It challenge?
Yeah.
I remember her Bus It challenge and she was just like throwing it back. Like I remember it. And then she was like, the Bus It challenge got me all my followers. And then I was like, I looked up Ice Spice Bus It and I was like, I remember seeing that video. And it's the same as like when Doja Cat was online and she started doing like the Moo videos. Apparently she was about to get dropped and she started doing that. Then she took the piss with like a Taking the Piss song and kind of blew up.
Well, Cardi was a Vine.
Yeah, exactly. Cardi was literally on like 3 different TV shows or whatever the fuck, and then she starts being Vine, like internet famous, and then that's kind of how it. So I think people do need to be. I think less so actors. However, because I think when people find their feet acting on TikTok, they then become comedian actors instead of actors, if that makes sense. I think actors still have a decent footing, in my opinion, because I know quite a few actors now.
Well, I think that if you're trying to be a straight, serious actor, like TikTok is not a good...
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what are you going to do? Like, monologues?
You kind of don't want... Yeah, you kind of don't want to post online until you have a Balenciaga campaign because you filmed it all right.
But you can do, like, transitions. You have to work out how to do it. Like, there's so many actors now that are young, coming up, like, Connor Story, for example. His, like, TikTok... is
was
coming
he a
up.
TikToker?
Yeah, and it's quite cute. There's loads of videos of him being like, I want to be an actor when I'm older.
Oh, yeah, I do like that. Like, I'm into this artist called Tiffany Day at the minute, and but it's the same with Doja. Like, there's similar things where they were like, right, cap this, in 3 years I'll have a Grammy. And she said that, Doja, and she has a Grammy now. And then everyone was clipping it all together. Like, people do want to see you from like nothing or from the start these days. Just as much as what we were saying earlier before the camera started rolling, that like with podcasts, people like to go back. People say, oh, I've just discovered you yesterday and I've watched every single one of your videos. And that's like what? That's more than 50 videos. That's like a year of my life you've watched, like almost every single thing. So I think it's interesting when you meet people that are like, I love your podcast, and you're like, I've had people come up to me, and I've been with somebody else, and someone will come up to me and ask like if that's my boyfriend, and then be like, and I was like, no, that's not my boyfriend, that's my friend. But it's funny that you know who my boyfriend is through me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Or like, you know who my like friend is, or like, know this, that, and the third, or you know what my cat's name is. I think it's such an interesting, I'm grateful for it, but it is an interesting.
I mean, it's an interesting dynamic because I guess like these people know, if they're listening to you so much, they kind of have an idea of you. But I guess that's good in the sense of like, right, so they're invested. So when like Sue brings out a track, brings out an album, like they're there for it.
Well, this is the thing. It's also like, it was never, I always was inspired and continue to be inspired by artists like FK Twigs, Arca, all of that lot. And I feel like they made a brilliant career at the start of their career, being very mysterious. And I think only until recently have they become quite camera focused and forward. You didn't really know much about Twigs until maybe like Capri Songs.
Yeah, but
do you know what I mean?
Again, I do, like, it's like what you said about it being now, you know, like up until 10, 15 years ago, like making a music video was integral to being a musician. You had to make a music video. That was part of it. And now Beyonce doesn't even make music videos.
You're advised not to make music videos because you just waste money.
Well, yeah, exactly.
You make music videos when the song's doing well.
But like, now it's about you, like the content you're creating.
But it is. So it's completely changed where like, I grew up in a time where you could be mysterious or release music and then kind of go away. Now you can't. Like now it's like, come with me to make the music. Come with me to, and this isn't a complaint. It just is an observation that this is how it's changed. Like, come with me to make the music. Come with me to film the, like, backstage at the shoot for the cover. Come with me to, like, go here. Come with me on my podcast. And it just is what it is. I'll do it, but...
Yeah. Does it help? Does it always help?
I think so, but I think you have to surrender a sort of... Not to link it back to the music that I'm about to release, but I'm releasing a project called I'm Not Rich Enough to Have Shame, which is basically about that, where... when I was getting in the relationship that I am now, knowing that like my content is like going to a fisting party where I'm about to get fisted and do 3 grams of G. Like, do you know what I mean? And it's like, I'd just say horrible things online like that. And then having like your boyfriend's mum follow you. Yeah, clip it. But like, and then having your boyfriend's mum follow you and then like see that. So like I went to like a birthday meal and with all my boyfriend's family and his mum said Scat Queen, which was from one of my videos, and it was really funny and we had a kid.
Does she know what it meant?
Yeah, I think so. But like ultimately, like, you know, she would have said it if she hadn't seen my videos saying it. But that's what I think a career in the creative industry is now, is it's giving up all your shame to get to the place you need to be. Which is life anyway, and you have to give up all your shame, but I feel like I've had to give up all my shame and all my details. I wasn't an 18-year-old not little, that's rude, but like I wasn't like a 16-year-old beautiful kid, talented kid who was connected, Nepo baby tees. Like I wasn't that. Like I had to show every bit of myself online in order to get where I needed to be. So to like get my management deal and then this record deal, I had to tell the world everything about me, tell them all about my ex-boyfriends, tell them all about other times I struggled, tell them all. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I'm more than happy to do because I love to overshare. But
well, exactly. Like, but talking about me.
Yeah, as a concept though, it is a strange concept.
But in a way, has it opened up like more avenues? Because it's kind of like, if these certain gatekeepers are not hearing me, aren't letting me in, that I don't fit a certain mold that they're looking for.
Exactly.
I'm going to create something, my own antenna to
I think that's basically what the world is now. No one can tell you. It's the same with people, like record labels, don't know whether it's the same with like acting agents or whatever, where it's that kind of thing, like no one can tell you how things had changed is no one can tell you who's going to be the next big thing. Yeah. Because who knows what people are going to start liking. And I think what's brilliant about that is you have to create your own thing. You have to do that. And so I think it's a really interesting plight, where actually we're in a time where if you do your own thing and you're really unique, and it's not like obsessed with being unique and doing something completely different, and you share your point of view, I feel like you can get just as far, if not further, than people that have a team of 60 people trying to make them a thing.
Well, I mean, that, what's her name, is a perfect example of that. Addison Bear, was she called? What's she called?
Madison Beer. Yeah.
Madison Beer.
Addison Bear.
She's a Addison
I met her at Fold once, I swear.
No, but she was had it all. She's got a package, she's got the look, she had she's connected in the industry, but then that can only get you so far.
Well, 100%. And you can't make people like you. And people want to real. We got told, I mean, I'm not going to name names, but we, Straight Diva was, and has been talking to different companies, etc. One of the companies told us that we should stop talking about drugs. Which is just a prevalent thing in our, we interview artists who are sober, for example. So they talk about drugs, or we talk about our recreational drug use. I'm really, especially
part of the life you live.
Yeah, especially in my early 20s, I was on a lot of drugs. Now I'm not. But can talk about that time. I was yeah, do you know what I mean? But I can talk about that time with honesty, and I think people can relate, and sometimes people need it. But I feel like censorship doesn't work anymore.
So when you say companies, you mean people who are wanting to sponsor the podcast, or people who...
Yeah, it was somebody who was worried that... And they might have been right. And to that person, if you do end up listening, love you, you might be right. But they were worried that brands wouldn't want to pick us up if we mentioned cocaine or something. And then
Which is so interesting, because you think about Brat and you think about your sexual...
and you think about Doja, about getting sober. She talks about popping pills and fucking and whatever. It's great. We need to talk about that. It's a human experience. And so I mean,
some brands might not want to, but you're not
fuck
trying
them
to
brands.
get
Do you know what I mean? I don't want to work with you then if you're going to be prude about everything. I'm also, you're really going to get in me and think, oh yeah, it's censorship. Oh yeah, so I think whose content is literally walking down Broadway Market with a croissant after having piss play all night. Do you know what I mean? And you coming to me to be oh, we'll censor her. But it's interesting.
You could shift, you could change. Noel Fielding's fucking was or is presenting Bake Off.
Well, yeah, I know.
What he used to be up to.
Yeah.
No, but then just one more on a content thing. There was two things that I heard about musicians now that I thought was kind of crazy. Well, one was that what was that? No, The Ordinary, that guy. He posted,
he's a YouTuber, right?
Yeah, and he posted his song, he tells a story, he posted his song 100 times or something every day or whatever. But the other one, which I thought was more insane, is that new kid, Somber?
Yes.
He
came out of nowhere.
He said that he will write a 15-second bit and post it to a video, and if that becomes viral on TikTok, he will then write the rest of the song around
and
that.
I get it. I do get it. It is that. For example, we're about to release new music where it's me, but my team, we've got
the royal we.
Yeah, the royal we. But we've got many a TikTok running. We've got different people on TikTok accounts to post it with me. It is just it's spam and being constantly...
Did you do that with the girls? Attract the girls?
Slowly, yeah, we did it. But this time it's going to be much more. There are people now employed to... And this is not just me. This is what happens in the industry. There are industry farms where there's one company, for example, and they have 100 different users, and you go to them and you pay 10,000 for a campaign, and they have their 100 different users post your song. That's where the industry is now. Spam bots run the industry.
Oh my God. That's what it's like when people say, oh, these organic viral moments, none of them are organic.
On my life, nothing over the past couple of years has been organic. And also, if the start's organic, I tell you right now, the money then that's pumped into them by the company is not organic.
But this is what I think that so much of pop culture now is about, getting this viral moment, this meme. And there were two examples. I just watched Coachella, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how long until we release this, but I just watched Coachella, and I swear to God, that Justin Bieber performance was so that there could be pictures of him and his laptop going around viral, being oh, he's so us. Oh, it's just like our YouTube nights. Oh, it's music video night. That's all it's for.
Did you see the... apparently people at Coachella actually hated it because you just sat there on a laptop and everyone was like, this isn't a show.
I just listened to some
and so it was like, who did you see?
Jack Rowe.
Same. And I was like, gaggy, like he's there. And he was like, yeah, it was dreadful. People were leaving.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's really interesting because like I've had messages being like, you have to watch it, it's amazing. So I flicked through it whilst I was watching Mum and Wives last night. Like just like Mum and Wives on TV. Yeah. Mum and Wives on a TV, Justin Bieber getting flicked through. But like, and I thought, yeah, it's a nice concept. Good, like congrats. But it's an interesting thought process that you're prioritizing at a festival people at home rather than people at the festival.
Yeah. And to me, I think that's like, I'm doing a kind of like pre-tour show with like in like a small theatre. I'm going to do this with you, and I'm going to like talk to you about like what I'm thinking about like my career or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you put on a show, because then I was watching clips, I haven't seen the full one yet, of FK Twigs this morning, and I was like, well, someone had to bring the fucking talent and like musicianship.
I find that FK Twigs always forced FK Twigs to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, God bless her. Like, when she replaced Doechii to play whatever it was, All Point C's last year, and everyone was like, oh, we're like really sad about Doechii, and then she comes out, does that whole fucking show, and everyone's like, who's Doechii? Like, it was amazing.
I do love her.
I love her so much.
I think she's so funny.
She's the best.
Talk to me about your upcoming EP.
Ooh, it's called I'm Not Rich Enough to Have Shame.
What's that about? You spoke a little bit about that, Shame.
Yeah, it's called I'm Not Rich Enough to Have Shame because it's basically about kind of like moving to London, getting to the first lyric on it that opens the project is, when I was a girl, I dreamed of the guest list. Like, it's constantly about, you know, this like overnight sensation, kiki kaka, that I think we all got taught that we could be. Like, you could win the X Factor and your life be completely changed, or go on the X Factor and you could be like, you could get a record deal or whatever. And it was kind of like this like performative way that the industry actually is. And it wasn't about like, you know, building up an audience. It was about like, you can do these certain things and overnight your life could be changed. And I think moving to London, I thought that would be something that would happen, and it certainly hasn't happened that way. And so it's kind of about getting to the party, realizing everyone's on drugs and kind of doing the same thing, and realizing it's actually pretty peak. And so the album basically just like follows me from like not arriving to London, but arriving on the scene, kind of seeing that actually everyone's kind of like fucked, and all I actually want to do is get by. And it's also like the denying of love, that actually if I could make enough money or perhaps get enough success, that void in me will be filled, but ultimately it's not. Because no matter how many accolades you get, it'll never teach you how to love yourself, if that makes sense. And that's what the whole project's about.
You know, when people say that, I'm kind of like, yeah, let me be the judge of that.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Money doesn't make you happy.
Like, so I'd love $1 million.
Let me get a bit of it and then I'll see.
And I still feel that. Like, that's the funniest thing is it's interesting because I don't believe it would bring happiness, but financial freedom does bring you the chance to be happy. And so I think that is the thing that I'm still aiming for, because I would have stopped. Like, if I knew that wasn't going to bring me happy, I would have stopped ages ago.
You have like a pull, don't you?
Yeah, you're obsessed with it. You're obsessed with the idea. And I don't know, and everyone's like, you got to be delusional. It's like, I don't know whether, because I know I'm not a narcissist. I do know that. But I think about often all of it. And I'm like, really? Is this what I've chosen to do in my life? And I don't know if you feel the same, but I don't have the same friendship group I had at school, for example. Yeah. Whereas like a lot of the girlies from school are still friends. And I'm still friends with them, but like I don't go home anymore, kind of thing. I moved to London. I then moved about London. I then moved through different groups in London. I then found my group. But all of this to chase where I needed to go. And so you're like, and so I was like, there's been so many friendship groups that I've been in. Not that I'm like broken or whatever, but I've chosen career over everything. So perhaps I couldn't see this person because instead I had to go do this. And I like chosen career over everything. And there has been a point as of recently where I've looked around and I was like, fuck me. Like, I have chosen this over everyone ever. You know, I've chosen this over seeing my parents. I barely see my parents. Like, I don't go home. Do you see what I'm saying? And so it's almost like that then builds into like the project where it's like, I'm not rich to have shame. It's like, I've had to give everything up in hopes to do this thing. And so when people are like, do you have a plan B? I'm like, fuck off, do I have a plan B? Like, this has been my whole life. Do you know how much money I've spent on this? Like, if this doesn't get a return, I'll jump off a bridge. I'm kidding, I won't jump off a bridge.
No, but I sometimes think that you don't choose it. Like,
yeah,
I genuinely don't. You don't choose it. It's like something that just happens to you. Like, oh, this is me.
Yeah, I agree. And it's also like, I'm starting to realise as I get older that I'm quite angry deep down. I have like an anger in me that never comes out, but it's definitely there. And anger is, I wonder whether it's something like I'll show them.
Yeah.
But who's them? Them don't exist anymore. I've moved away. Like, I feel like I'm just showing myself that I can get it. And then the things that I have got, you kind of sit there and you're like, okay.
No.
You know?
But
Like, okay,
sometimes
fine,
I am like, I'll show them.
Yeah.
And I will have, and like sometimes, the amount of times I've had a fantasy where it's kind of like, and I'm going to fucking buy this building.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to fucking...
Yeah, I know. And then you'd buy the building and you'd be like, did that then? Yeah, do you know what I mean? I think it's the same as like, when I get a sold out show and then you get that. And then it's like, when I'm able to be like full time. I remember working in the cafe. I was in a cafe for years. That's where we met. So we met in the cafe. I was there for years, and I remember just being like, I don't give a fuck what it looks like, but as long as I'm living off it, like, and not working in the cafe, I'll be good. I've done that for about a year, and I'm not saying I'm just as miserable. I'm less tired, I suppose, but I'm still not in the place that I want to be. But I don't even know what I'm aiming for anymore, because, do you know, when you look around and it's like, I don't want like, you know, people want like, I don't necessarily want a private jet. I mean, it'd be nice, but like, but it's not like I'm like,
and
God,
then it would be like
I want a private jet.
Yeah,
on a private jet, wanker.
Yeah, Dua Lipa like, oh, Susan Hurley again.
CO2 emissions from Susan, crazy girl. But it's not even, I don't know what I'm aiming for anymore. I suppose I'm just aiming to do, I'm yet to get to that place, but I know when I get to that place, I'll look around and I'll be like, I've done it now. I can chill out.
Well then, but is it like the journey is the thing that is fulfilling?
But it is
the things you do, because nothing is permanent. So like nothing you achieve is going to stay forever. It's not going to feel the same forever. But so long as like the thing that I hated about doing coffee was like, I felt like, apart from sometimes you find fun people and you have a bit of a laugh, I felt like you just spend hours doing fuck all and you're tired and you deal with people who are annoying.
And you also stink. Like when I was, it's not that you smell like beer or anything. You smell of like old coffee rust.
Yeah.
And I can't explain to you what that's like on your clothes. Like if you wear something that day, you have to either wash it before you wear it out properly, or like you go into the pub after work and I'm like, I stink. Like, do people smell me? Like I smell of coffee. I feel like I stink of milk. My hair smells like milk. But I don't regret any of that. Like I am really proud of getting to the place that I am. But I find it very hard to reflect on that because I don't feel like I'm at the place that I want to be.
Yeah.
Like I still don't feel like I'm a proper musician, even though I've got like, because I think a proper musician would be someone that's like touring all the time, etc. But I know when I get to that place, I'll be like, oh, well, I don't think I'm this until I have a Brit or like a fucking Mercury or whatever.
Well, yeah, it's like,
you know, like never ends.
It's like those actors that are kind of like, oh, I need a break from acting. You know, I've been working so much, and I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, enjoy when they go traveling around Asia. I'm like, enjoy it. Yeah.
No, yeah, well, exactly. What is that like a dream of yours? What, Mercury Prize?
So when I signed
Brit Awards,
I mean, I would love
Grammys.
I would love, and do you know what? I reckon I could do it. Like there is something like
I see no reason why you couldn't do it.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Other people have done it. Like I would like a Mercury. I said to my manager, and they're like, right, what's one mad thing that you'd want in your life? And I was like, fuck it, I want the Mercury.
Why is the Mercury? Is it because it's so? Is it because?
I think because that feels. I think with a Brit, if you sell enough records, you could probably win a Brit. Yeah. Whereas like with a Mercury, it feels like, oh, that's a panel of judges, the esteemed panel of judges. But like, that's like an esteemed panel of judges that have been like, that was a fierce piece of work, kind of puss. Do you know what I mean?
If it wasn't all of this like political stuff that was going on right now, would you do Eurovision?
So I actually wouldn't, because that makes me anxious, because if you lose that, you are a flop Tina. Like no one's come back from losing Eurovision. It's like when that it was like a girl band last year that did it, and like
I thought they were
and
right.
they were all right, but then they come back to the UK.
Like rip off, but
and then everyone comes back to the UK, and then everyone's like, okay, like good for you, bad morals. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I actually wouldn't do it because I know that I wouldn't win.
Yeah, well, I mean, Ollie's like getting through it.
God bless her. She's doing something.
I mean, that was a tough one for her. That was a tough one for her because
I did feel bad. I thought that was like that was a bop. Like that album.
The song was alright, but it was the fact that like it was coupled with the fact that like no one who was like previously his fan was like,
you should
why
do
the
this.
fuck you be doing this? And then it got like 0 points. So it was like
0 points. So imagine sitting there for the whole night. Also, I'd be so overstimulated that whole night. Like I'd just be like, do you know when he turns around, you're meant to like clap at the camera? I'd literally be like, do you know what I mean?
I didn't watch it because I was boycotting it.
No, 100%. I didn't see it. I did see the Dizzy performance because I googled it.
The
Dizzy? Ollie's performance, right?
Dizzy with the... See, I remember it. Yeah. No, I did. But that was a tough one.
Yeah, God bless that boy.
Because I think he must have been in contracts and stuff. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll try and get him on if he's watching. Come and talk about...
Do you know her? I don't know her.
New stuff. I know people who know her. I don't know her.
Yeah. She's got by, that girl. Really rate it. Here, there, and everywhere.
They are. So, yeah, Mercury Prize. You want to win it?
I think so. I'd like to be up for it, and then like, you know, I just want to be busy. I feel like I need to be stimulated at all points. So I'd like to be on tour all the time. Me saying this, I went on tour last year, and the whole time I was like, I need to go home.
What is your creative process like?
It's interesting with music now. I've kind of fallen back in love with producing. So I've been like at home, just like playing around with vocal, but it's usually I go to the studio. With my recorder, start playing recorder. That's fun. Did you play recorder at school?
Where did you pick up that recorder?
Well, it's actually really funny because I was doing a documentary. I don't know when this is coming out, but I hope it comes out with the V&A, with Albie. So then Albie expensed to the V&A, so technically the V&A paid for my recorder, which I just think is
really?
fierce.
They got you. I was going to say, where else have you found like instruments? You pick up instruments like
I don't pick up. So I don't instruments. So I got my piano from
Are you one of them that's like, oh my God, I can sample this? Wait.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Yeah. No. That's not me. Yeah. Find it in Jacob Collier, tease. Oh, girl, I know. Some people are jarring, and that's okay. And that's okay. With he's very talented though, and like, well done, Jacob. You've got awards.
Well, he's obviously talented. Yeah. He's obviously
and people
talented.
love him.
But people do love him. But I think that's he's a perfect example of how like skill and like art are not always the same thing.
I agree.
Do you know what I mean?
I completely agree. It's like that Azealia Banks quote about McDonald's. Is it McDonald's?
I don't know. Tell me it.
When she basically just said like, she basically compared music and art, and she was like, McDonald's are really big and everyone eats McDonald's, but like it's not
nutritious.
Yeah, if you sell a bunch of stuff, it doesn't necessarily mean it's good. I think there's a lot of musically talented people that do music and are kind of like shocked that the industry doesn't take them on as well as they hoped. But I don't actually think being musically talented gets you as far. I think music is like a full package.
That's why I think that it should be like, there should be room for people who like are session musicians. Like you don't get that anymore.
Yeah,
as much.
No, 100%.
Like, the industry, at least before say like the internet or the 2000s, I guess, had space for like all these different types of musicians, right?
Yeah.
Who were not necessarily like the people who are like the creative force behind it. Yeah.
But it's interesting because...
and do this note.
And do this. Quick.
And then I want you to go bum, 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 bum. And then he ends up singing like a Coldplay tune. And you're like, well, have you just like, improvised this or did you just...
Many of Horror by, Good for her. Good for her. I think I grew up obsessed with like people who gave the full shebang, you know, the music video, the cover, the everything that you can be obsessed with. I find.
Who were you obsessed with when you grew up?
Oh, growing up, there was like two different avenues. I think I was obsessed with the pop girls. I was always obsessed with Robyn. Yeah. Then you got like your Charlies, Marinas, or like the Tumblr lot. I was obsessed, and I was also obsessed with XL recordings circa like 2010 to like 2016, which is like Shamir, Khalifa, Twigs, Arca,
and you worked
Anoni.
with Shamir.
I supported Shamir, and I worked with Shamir. I went to stay at Shamir's house in Philly.
What was that
like? Oh, I mean, he's literally the best ever. Like, I'm obsessed with him so much. But it's funny because he met me in New York, and then we drove back to Philly. And whilst we were driving back, he was telling me about his life, and I already knew it because I was a fan. So I did say to him halfway, I was like, right, to be fair, like, I know this because I was just such a fan at school, and like, you know, so it's crazy. But now we're really good Judies, and Lapsy as well. I supported her last year, so it was kind of like I'm making my way through all the people that I really like changed my life in many ways. So that's like a really big thing. But they were like my two people, and then I also grew up really like my first moments in music were like Sugababes.
Oh yeah.
And the first song I remember in my life is Push the Button. And then shortly after is like Be Mine by Robyn. Like, do you know those artists that have always been in your life and that I couldn't tell you where it started, I don't know where it came from, but like the Sugababes and Robyn were always there.
Yeah.
I just always remember them being there to listen to.
For me, it's like Madonna and Prince. They were always
Yeah,
there.
always
Like,
there, just present.
My mum apparently went to a Prince gig when she was like 4 months pregnant with me. So,
No way. So it's in your blood. It's literally in your blood.
In the womb, like.
Yeah. Hello.
But yeah, so those two have all, and music. That music and Hung Up was like when music was when I was a kid. So like I love
Hey Mr.
that
DJ.
album. I love Hey Mr. DJ. I love Die Another Day, which is controversial, but I love it. And she played it. I've said this on a podcast before, haven't I? She played it at the tour that I went to like 2 years ago. She played Die Another Day, which is hilarious. She didn't play Frozen, but she played Die Another Day.
Okay.
She knows
how to do it. I heard that her tours are amazing.
I really loved it. I love her.
She's the pop diva.
I mean, she's the kind
like
of, I suppose
ever.
Prince as well are kind of like the prototypes, but definitely Madonna in terms of like,
oh, for sure,
that whole package that you're talking about.
She's insane. And I feel like things like Madonna, artists like Madonna and artists like Billie Eilish, for example, they are something that actually I don't believe you can get. You were given if you're lucky enough to get signed at like 14 or like 16 or however old Madonna was. I assume a teenager. I feel that ultimate stardom, like the Miley Cyruses, like the Beyoncés even, like it's like they're people that started young.
Definitely,
do you know what I mean?
Billie Eilish, definitely Beyonce. I swear Madonna was one of the... this is what I love about Madonna. She was one of those ones who like just made it happen.
She
can't sing that well,
but
like,
yeah,
she
made it happen. Icon. But it's like even the same as like Lady Gaga. Like she was signed before she got signed again, and then she was like 19, 20 when when she started popping off. Like that is so young. I was just on so many drugs. If I ever popped off at 19,
I just had no idea who I was. That's what I find so impressive. I just had no idea what was going on.
I would have loved to be given the opportunity at 14, but I know I would have fumbled the bag heavily.
Would you have liked to go to the Brit school?
Oh,
you and Ray.
I would have loved the Brit school. I also, when I found out that the Brit school was a thing, I felt kind of cheated. I found out what it was in when I was 16, and I was like, I didn't realise that was an option. And I lived in Derby, so I was like, well, it can't. But I knew one girl that would travel down from Nottingham every day to go Brit.
I mean, and how much does that cost her?
Well, that's what I mean. It's for rich people, isn't it? Well, it's not Brit. It's obviously for everyone in London. But if you're not from London, you need to have money to travel down to Brit. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
What was living in Derby like? What was going on in Derby?
Weird. I loved it. It was around the time that Lord was popping off. So it was Lord, that kind of thing of we all shouldn't be friends, but we're friends in a little village. So it was kind of like you could romanticize it. So there was a group of us who we all got along. I had no issues at school. I think there was certain guys. It was funny because my brother saw a bunch of guys that weren't necessarily nice to me at school, but they didn't bother me because I was having such a key with my mates. I was like, I'm actually not arsed. So they'd shout, what did they once call me? They used to shout, it was quite a fierce name to be honest. It was something like, I don't know, something about shagging. It was fierce anyway. It was fierce.
Got me.
Yeah, me, yeah. Oh, so you're on the chat. Yeah, you're on Kick.
Oh my God. Oh, you saw that?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you saw my Instagram live. Wow.
Oh my God. But yeah, so Puff Queen, that's what they used to call me.
Oh.
It's kind of to be honest, Puff Queen. But they saw my brother the other day, or a friend of the person that did it, and he was like, yeah, that was just unnecessarily nasty. And I was like, yeah, live with that. Live knowing that you were just pointlessly mean. But it never really bothered me. I never thought I was bullied. And then at 16, when everyone went to college, I went to the Performing Arts College in Nottingham, and that was when everything, because Derby's next to Nottingham. And then that's when I was like, oh shit, I could do it. That's when I started producing music, etc.
No, and you went to BIMM?
I went to BIMM when I was 18, yeah. So I went to Confetti at 16, which is now in London as well. There's one in Shoreditch, apparently. And then I went to BIMM at 18, yeah. And then that kicked the love of music out of it for me. I always say, why am I never invited back to BIMM? It's because I do not say a positive word about them ever. But it wasn't necessarily...
Why not? What happened? What was going on?
Well, other than the fact that one of my teachers tried to nonce on me, but that's for another time. Well, I can go into that as well. But yeah, I guess so. He obviously wasn't noncing because I was 18, but there was definitely it was really... I was thinking about this yesterday because I've started getting back into music production. And I really fell out of love with it. So I went to study music production. And I really fell out of love with it at BIMM because I think marking art doesn't work. I don't think it works. And I think if every week if you're going into your class and someone's telling you what's wrong with the thing that you've made, I think it was never you could do this. It was always what can you what's not good, for example. Yeah. And I just think after 3 years of having someone keep telling you what's not good, eventually it's not even that my confidence was knocked. But it was more that, I I guess my confidence was not maybe. And like I would never show my music to the class. And it's funny now because there's only 2 of us from the year still doing music. So and one of them's me. So like, so I made it. But it is that thing where it's like, you know, there probably is more, but like actually being an artist that I know of, like, and like I don't know, it's interesting. It is very, very interesting. But yeah, basically in first year there was a teacher who taught us, and I won't say what lesson, but he was teaching us. And he basically had recorded with some of my favorite artists. And so I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. Like I'd love to. And he was obviously gay and no one knew he was gay, right? And I was like, that man is a queen. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, and I came once in a Perfume Genius t-shirt to school and he was like, oh, Perfume Genius. And I was like, oh. It was like that Katy Perry thing where she's like, did you just
was
say
he
wig?
in the closet or?
Apparently he had a wife.
Okay.
Anyway, so I was coming in being quite like left field. Everyone there wanted to be like Arctic Monkeys. I just was this like Arca and like coming in, whatever. And then basically I added him on Facebook and I told him, as everyone did, everyone was friends with their tutors. And he always used to like make weird eye contact with me because I'd sit at the back and be really quiet. Anyway, I then sent him a message on Facebook, was like, I'd really love, in fact, it might have been email, but I was like, I'd really love if you could listen to my EP and give me pointers. Because also as well, like he was so connected with like the world that I was interested in. And anyway, ended up being like, what are you doing tonight kind of thing. I was like, I'm doing not much this evening. What are you doing? He was like, playing. And I thought, what? And I was like, with your Xbox, haha. And he was like, no, with myself. And then he sent me a photo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then he was like trying to like talk to me sexually and stuff. And then that kind of went on for a year and I just kind of like, because it was funny, because me and my friend would just like message back because it was funny. But you know, in retrospect, it was like, okay, the only one person that inspired me at uni was trying to like shag me. I was like, okay.
That's so jarring. It can be so jarring
It's really
for
jarring.
Like, your position in the industry. I think like drama schools had this massive problem, a massive like reckoning like around 2020 where a bunch of people, like drama schools got shut down, a bunch of people got fired, a bunch of people like retired. Because I think there's 2 things, right? When you're like an artist and you're a young person, you're like, feels like such a huge dream.
Yeah.
I know I can do it, but I don't know how to do it. These people are like the people who know how to do it.
And are in there and know all these people.
And you're like looking up to them.
Yeah.
And so actually it's a really ripe place for abuse, you know?
Sure.
And like lots of people end up going there and you know there was a high profile one, like part of the big cancelling of Noel Clarke was like from Lambda was like, oh yeah, I want you to do, I don't want him to sue me or anything, but that was part of like what was reported
allegedly.
on. Yeah, allegedly. Well, he sued the Guardian and then he lost.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Gag
it. Yeah.
But anyway, but there's so many issues like that where it's like oh, I need you to do this scene.
Yeah.
And then as actors, and I don't know what it's like in the other industry as well, but it's like, oh, you're wanting to prove your bravery.
Yeah.
So like, I will get my tits out. And do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and like the teacher's like,
And he was listening to my music, like through entertaining it. I was getting feedback, and also like Lana Del Rey's "Fuck My Way to the Top." Like I'll do it. Like if he kept going on, I probably would have done it. But he left the year after because he probably knew that. I mean, if he was doing it to me, he was probably doing it to multiple people.
Girl, we were like, I remember being like, this was years before it happened. I remember being like, when I was a student, going, shall we go down to the Old Vic and try and shag Kevin Spacey to get his job?
And do you know what? Like, I have nothing wrong with that. Like, and like, it's interesting because at the time I wasn't like, I didn't think anything of it. And like, I was like working in a cafe. I was like, honestly, if this is what I have to do, like kind of like flirt with this fucking middle-aged man to get where I need to be, flirt I will do. Do you know what I mean? It's a fucking hustle.
But the problem is not you because you want
well,
it.
Yeah, it's
and
an
you're
abuse
like,
of
fine,
power,
it's
for
him
sure.
Who's a weirdo.
Well, it's him that's a weirdo, but ultimately, like, if that would have got me in the room. Yeah. My pedo. Kidding.
Mine
yeah.
No,
but yeah, it was definitely wrong. But I just hated uni. And then when he left, even when he left, I did feel kind of bad because I was like, at the end of the day, though he was dreadful, he was still the only person there that actually believed in like my vision. And so eventually when he left, I was like, oh, I fucked it. And in the last 2 years, and then he came back for 3rd year apparently, but I stayed away.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I mean, like, one more Kevin Spacey story. I've got a friend who went to drama school who said drama school where he came and done some like classes, and then he took a few of his like favorites to dinner from from the third year, and one of them was straight, and apparently Kevin Spacey like made the moves on him, and he said, "Sorry, I'm straight. I have a girlfriend." Apparently Kevin Spacey was like, "Okay, pay for dinner." That was it. Another guy in their year was in a play on the Old Vic the following year.
You gotta get where you gotta go, babe.
But it is like,
at the end of the day, it is dreadful to say, and you shouldn't do it, and like it is wrong and it's fucked. But like, I often think, I'm like, would I have done it? I don't know. It was never really, the flirting was enough, and there was photos sent and stuff.
I wish
not
I
that I sent them back,
it.
but like I was kind of like laughing along. But he must have known I was a time waster. But if he pushed it, God knows where we would have gone, girl.
I don't know if I had it in me. Do you know
I could have had a number one single by now.
Well, you do wonder with some of them, don't you? Especially the actors. You kind of like who. There's loads of rumors about who's a casting couch person, but yeah. Did you see the story of that billionaire, 82-year-old billionaire who like married his like 32-year-old go-go dancer, like gays? And now they're divorced. Yeah. And he didn't sign a prenup.
Yeah.
I'm like,
love.
Like, could you do it? He only had to shag him for what, maybe 3 years. He had to do.
And then
stuff.
you're a billionaire.
Yeah, actually, and I bet that as soon as that fucking wedding paper was signed, there was no more shagging.
There was no monogamy in that relationship, babe. That was open sesame, girl. Like he was going to his mates. He was going to his actual boyfriend, being like, "I'm getting this cash, babe.
Yeah.
We're getting out of it."
That's clever though. But
yeah,
so BIMM. So you hated BIMM.
I did hate BIMM, but I would like to go back and do a speech because I do think that I would like to do a speech.
What you've done,
Fuck the teachers.
You could be like me.
No kidding. Don't do that. But I think it was. I would like to go back because I do think I have a unique perspective in regards to actually getting to the place you need to be. It's taken me a long while because at BIMM there were scouts regularly coming in and scouting kids and taking them and like signing them to record labels, and people didn't want me. Like I was always called the quirky one. Also, as well though, at the time.
When are we talking about now? What kind of era?
Oh my god, I was like 18. I was like 18, so I was fresh out. So I was touring under the name Susan. So every summer I was going on tour. So for 3 years I went on tour. I had like a manager for the first tour, and then I independently went on 2 more tours around the UK. But no one gave a fuck about me. I was playing the same nights as like noise artists and stuff like that. Like no one cared. It was very arty. And it was fun. Like I did have a lot of fun, and I cut my teeth, and I met a lot of people that is kind of like now coming into helping me now, because those people are now in jobs. Yeah, like higher up, and like we're helping each other. But it was the same, like around that time too, I started hanging around with the art school. Like, remember Art School, the brand?
No.
That got like cancelled.
Oh.
Yeah, which like it should have got cancelled the way it did, but they took me under their wing before it turned nasty. And they really like platformed me when I was young. So then I was like walking like Fashion Week and stuff by like the same time. So it's like a really weird way into the industry. And then like basically I got to the age of like 22, 23. And I remember going with my friend Josie to a Alexander McQueen party, and she was invited because she is an amazing musician. She was invited, and I was her +1. And then Getty released it like Josie Mount and her +1, and I just remember it's like I can't be a +1 anymore. I have to do something. I have to change how I'm doing this, because clearly going on these art tours every summer just isn't doing what I need it to do. You know, I'm waiting. I think I spent a lot of my life waiting. I don't know whether it's the same with acting, but I spent a lot of my life waiting for somebody to come pick me up, and eventually they do, and they have. But fuck me, did I wait? Like I waited. I didn't get a manager other than that one manager who was independent and never knew really anyone in the industry. That 1 year when I was like 19, I didn't get a manager until I was 24. So I was like completely independent. So people like, how's music? And you're like, you fucking tell me. 25 even. Like I only signed to management last year for the first time ever.
How's that made a difference?
Oh, just so much. Someone else is paying for it now. So it's lovely. Someone else paying for it. It's just mad to have a team and like to know that like you got people that actually look out for you, and also look out for you and then also want you to make money because they'll make money. Like I think that is also like a beautiful thing where it's not just you trying to make money. It's like a bunch of people trying to make money for you and with you. Like we can all rise up together if we just try. You know.
So are they very much like on board with who you are as an artist, or is there a bit of like
no like I feel very lucky now that like I signed to Odd Numbers, so I signed to this girl Christina and then Nick had like signed like some of my favorite artists growing up, And so like it's like previous record label. So I signed with them because I was like, well, you signed some of my favorite people. So I'm like, oh shit, that's crazy. So it's a good team of people around me. So I'm like, okay, hopefully we can make something of it.
Okay. What's happening for you? 2026.
2026.
We're almost halfway.
Yeah, I know. What can help? But 2026 gonna be headline shows. There's gonna be the project, first debut project ever, really. So I think, and then we'll see where it goes. There's some exciting shows and campaigns coming up. So.
Oh my god, I was gonna South Bank Centre. I watched that gig when it happened, and I rewatched it again because I was like, oh, I'm gonna talk to her. I need to watch it. again. I really loved it. How did that come about?
Well, that's the thing that kind of got me like in with managers. I don't know. They hit me up and they're like, we've been watching you from afar. And do you want to play South Bank Centre? But it was amazing, and it was a really good time in my life, and so.
Do you have a band?
Yes. So I run with my friends Dan and James. So we toured with Lapsy last year, and it was us three running around easy hotels, just making like just having a key around the UK, which was really amazing. Yeah.
Okay, so if you've got a tour, right? Say you're given like budget, BTS, world tour, Taylor Swift. What does it look like?
Me.
Do you have a vision?
James, Dan. I would love massive screens of just like text, like not like Brat, but massive flashing text of just saying things. It would be very visual. I can remember when Ark played Roundhouse back in the day, but without the fisting arseholes. Do you remember that? Just like a massive visual, with it. Double down on it. It'll be double fisting, not singular. So when like Ark was doing like with Jesse Candidates, like I loved that. I'm very inspired by like visuals. It'd just be a huge key. It'd be a massive party. Like, so I do look forward to that. I hope one day I can do that and like headline a tour and know that like, you know, we've got budget. Like I hope it does get there.
Mm. Do you have people that you work with visually?
When we get there.
Yeah, exactly.
That'll open the door.
Do you have people that do you have like a team that you work with on your visuals as well?
Yeah. So they came with like management. So this beautiful guy called Angus does a lot of my like logo design and like poster design. So I'd hope that at one point, I think basically as well, like how the industry works now is, I mean, as you'll know, you have a team around you when you start off, and then you hope that you can all rise together and like bubble over. So the people that have always done my makeup or done my hair or whatever, hopefully we can all rise up and then we can all just like have lovely careers together.
Super rich.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I would love that to happen.
Rich bitch.
Yeah.
Who is doing it for you right now?
Artist wise or what, doing me or doing
just like who in the kind of like, I don't know. Do you look at people in the mainstream and think like they're good? They inspire me.
I think it's interesting. I think artists that are coming up now, two artists that really have fucked up in the best way, like not in a good way, fucked up, are Mula Jones. Have you seen her?
No.
And Erin Leount.
Let's just say yes because I don't want to get into it.
Mula's 19, Erin's like 22, and I met them both at parties. So I met Mula when she was 17 at a Rolling Stone event, and I met, not Rolling Stones. Yeah, Rolling Stone magazine.
The magazine.
Yeah, the magazine. And I met Erin at Loud London, and since then, both of them have just blew the fuck up, like hundreds of thousands of followers, like blued up, doing tours. Like, I think Mula, they won't even know I'm saying this. Like, we don't even talk like that, but like, I think it's so lovely to have watched artists that you met in like situations where they're both like, I've just signed a deal, or like, I've just finished my first EP or whatever, and then like 2 years later they're touring, like selling out a fucking tour. It's kind of like, I found them very inspiring, and like to like see them, their budgets go up, like their like fan bases go up. I think it's mad. Like it's so mad and very inspiring, and I hope that it happens for me. I think it's really interesting in the industry, like for example, in first, like Josie, who I mentioned earlier, like we were in first year at BIMM and she got signed, and so then she signed to like a lovely record deal package, and then she like disappears and then does a music career, and then you're like still at uni, and then someone else in second year is like pops off, and you know it's such like a weird thing of like, I mean it'd be the same with acting, like, you know, your peers, and then your peers will get a film, and then your peers like here, there, and everywhere, and you're like, fuck, like.
Yeah, no, I'm
still in the same place. Yeah. It happens
I
like
went
that.
to drama school with Paddy, who's now on SNL.
There you go.
And it's like,
Jack Sher.
It's actually
same scene. Well, but she like fully deserves it. So I'm like,
well, they all fucking deserve it. That's what's so great about it.
It's amazing to like. It's so amazing to see. And interestingly enough, I thought I'd be more jealous of people, but I'm actually not.
Same.
Do you know what I mean?
But I've actually
just
done
like,
a lot of work on that over the years.
Yeah,
you know?
I feel like because I'm just like, well, if they could, like, I'm just like nuts where I'm like, if they can do it, so can I. I find it quite inspiring. It's the same as like Jacob Alon, who I love and has just won the Brit Critics' Choice. I've been like looking at them for the last year, like. I got put on them like a last year, and I didn't realize that they actually listen to Straight Diva, and so we've come together and become like online friends, I guess. But I think like seeing like Jacob's rise, I'm like, yes, good for you, Jacob. And do you know what, Jacob? Because you've done it, I can do it. Yeah. Like and it's like the same with like Erin and like Mula. I'm like, I know that if they can do it, I can do it. You know?
I think it also helps that like if you like what they do, if you look at them and you go, yeah, you're good. Do you know what I mean? You deserve this.
And ultimately, like, they are.
And you've seen them, like, work.
Work as well, like, every day. Like, it's very inspiring. But ultimately, what works for them is not going to work for you.
Well, exactly.
This is also, like,
I also think that kind of helps to be like, well, that's not my lane. So
it's not my lane. Yeah, I think gone are the days of, like, there can only be one. Now it's like, there's space for everyone if what you do is good. Like, I get it.
Well, it is quite interesting, isn't it? Like, because now... There used to be this economy in everything of like there needs to be one, but now when something is successful, everyone tries to like redo it,
but then it doesn't work the same. This is
the thing, it never works the same until someone else then breaks the mold.
Yeah, or like changes it slightly, so then it's kind of like completely different. You know, But like I think it will happen. I think it'll happen for all of us, and because it's always that thing, isn't there? Like you look back at photos from like the 80s or whatever the fuck, and everyone's in the same club. But like you can tell at the time only one of them was famous at the time, and then this person then pops off, and then that person pops off. Like that's how
and they all go and they grow in different ways.
And then there's an interview in 20 years where it's like, we're all at drama school together or whatever the fuck. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like it is like that.
What you said you toured under Susan. When did Susan become Sue? I think
Susan changed to Sue, I think, when I was 22, and I came out of this really, really bad relationship like that. Completely fucked me up. Completely changed my name. And so I started calling myself Susan because it was a joke because my friend's mum was called Susan.
Do you call yourself Susan in your real life?
No. Okay. I'm Sue. Like my name is just SU, but it was the thing. It was kind of like a stage name. I was ripping off Sophie basically. And then I moved to London as Susan, and then that's what I started like modelling as. So I was sent to castings.
Susan is such a Midlands version of Sophie as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I'm Susan.
No.
You heard of Sophie, I'm Susan.
Yeah, I'm Susan. But then basically did a couple of tours of Susan, and then it was like, that felt like it came from a joke. And so though Sue is still Susan, it's like, it feels miles away. Because then I went to uni, and then everyone called me Susan at school, so then people would call me Sue, and then all my friends started calling me Sue, and then like transness came into it, and then by the time I was 22, I was like, I need to transition to, I need to also like change what I've been doing, because like I said about the tours, like touring those 3 summers and then COVID happened, or like 2 summers and COVID happened, touring and then being like, this isn't working, because people who I know from school are like popping off, getting deals and stuff, and what's working for them might work for me, so I need to try things a different way, for example. And so it's interesting, but so that's when I changed it, and then I changed it to So I think, because I went through this awful relationship, and then at the end I had no idea who I was, and I was like, well, I guess I'm Sue, I think, and then that was it. But it's funny because people get it almost, I was listening to your episode with Zooey this morning, and like talk about femme shame, and it's funny because I get put down on like a festival, and people will think that I think is somebody just confirming that I'm coming, and so people just put me as Sue, because people think it's just like an error, but no, So I think, but I think it works.
It does work.
But then I think it just blends into one, because everyone just says whenever I do presenting stuff, that I'm just like, hi, Hank. Yeah. Like, hi, Hank. Yeah, it's just like one word. It's crazy.
Do you like presenting?
Yes, for paid opportunities. I love it. I would like to one day not do it.
Oh, really?
I wouldn't want to. I don't want to like shoot myself in the foot, because if music don't work, I will certainly be coming. I'll be the next time.
You'll be on.
Hammond.
I'll be on. You'll be on Good Morning.
All the rest, whatever. What's even left, or. But like obviously, if I got asked to like audition for SNL, I would have done it. Or like I've been like asked to audition for like acting roles, Like I've been asked, and I would love to swing my bat at it. But like, I think you asked earlier if there was a time where you have to choose one or the other, and I would really like to swing my bat at music now and take the opportunities that I have been given to really just. I think if I really wanted to become a comic, I could have walked into it not making out that I'm just like dead funny, but like I feel like there was definitely a way that I could carry on making these funny videos, but it's like I'm trying to make music my thing.
Can you be like, is there an example of someone who's like a comic and a musician? Bo Burnham, I guess.
Yeah. But I don't want to be funny in my music. That's the thing. I want to be on the nose, but I don't want to be funny. I think it's doable, and I think anything is doable in the world now if you present it well. Like, I know that's kind of like been like the theme of today, but I do believe it. I feel like you don't know who the next person's going to be. And so with that, like, there's something exciting there.
Oh my God, that's such a nice little underline.
Yeah.
Do you know what, Sue? I'm going to ask you now.
Okay.
What is something that you have had enough of?
Being mentally ill. Being mentally ill, or like being low. I think I go through real stages. I feel like my life has been going through multiple stages of like accepting sadness and then immediately then like revolting against it. I think I'm about to go on a revolt.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I need to actively choose to be good at the minute.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do it. I also need ADHD meds. So what's out? ADHD is out.
God, this is like a theme on this fucking show, you know?
Yeah. I feel like...
I've had like 4 guests.
I just want sedated. I just want, sedate me.
Yeah, but then what's straight, hello guys.
Hello, I'm Straight Diva.
I didn't do any scrolling today.
Yeah,
so I don't know what's going on.
No idea what's going on. But no, I guess being out is, I need, something that's kicking in recently is I need to choose to be happy.
Yeah.
And I think I need to choose to be happy with where I am, because I'll get there eventually.
You can actually choose. It's hard. It can seem hard. Like, I remember I would go through periods of like extreme ups and downs. And what would happen is when I was high and feeling good, I would suddenly be like, oh my God, I'm gonna crash soon.
Yeah.
And I'd get fearful and anxious that I was like...
I have that all the time. Like, I think also when you've had nothing or been in a position where you've had nothing or have something taken off of you, I'm always scared. Like, my thought process in the day is, what if this happens? What if that happens? Like, I'm constantly trying to come up with a plan and what I'd do. So, like, for example, every day I just think, like, what if I get broken up with today? There's nothing that's like showing that I will, but like in my head, I'm like, what if I get dropped today? Like, I walk home today and I'll probably be thinking of what things I could say to my manager if she decides to drop me today. But do you know what I mean?
There's like 2 things that are happening here. One, when you worry, you are hurting yourself twice.
Yes,
because
exactly.
It's like you're hurting yourself before it happens, and then you get hurt again.
Yeah.
And then the second time, when I fear stuff, and I fear stuff all the time, like my boyfriend can be like, I love you, and I can like leave the door and I go, he's lying to me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm really glad that people do that though. Yeah.
Why is he lying
fucking
to
liar?
me? Yeah.
Well, it's because I don't know whether it's the same as you, but I've been hurt in the past. So I'm just kind of like constantly waiting for somebody to do me dirty.
Yeah.
Or like to be doing me dirty, or just actually secretly fucking hate me, or whatever the fuck. And it's not that I think everyone hates me or whatever, but like I'm just making sure all avenues are crossed before I get to that place. And I'm like, but also ultimately, you can then change your mindset to be like, but what if he brings in a lasagna later? Do you know, what if he's just making me a lasagna and he's been secret about it? Like, it could be any, like you just have to change it to be like, and what if like they're about to give me more money from a record deal or whatever the fuck? Like, it could be whatever it needed to be.
Or just like focus on what's happening right now in front of your face,
Yeah.
you know? But I think that like that feeling that you said of like, I'm about to be fucked over, I'm about to be abandoned or whatever, is the same feeling as like, I need this to be safe. I need this to feel happy. It's coming from that same place of like, I am like unsafe.
Yeah.
At some point, and I just feel like deep sadness, you know.
Yeah.
And like for me, I like took drugs and drunk and like tried to make it go away. And like it still happens now, but like you can choose. I can sit there and I can choose to like worry about like analyze like, oh, the way he looked at me, oh, that person didn't smile. Like I'm like such crazy bastards.
I'm really glad you have that, because I think about it all the time.
It's
like
crazy.
but I need to choose. There have been plenty of times in my life where I didn't think like that, and that's because I'm choosing to be like that. So I need to choose to be better. And actually, when someone says, how are you? I'm like, good. And if I'm not good, I'm aiming to be good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I know I will be good. So I'm like,
just doing
fuck
this.
me, I'm there. So being depressed is out.
I'm just doing this now.
I'm just doing this now.
That's
me.
The opposite of, well, we've got to be I'm the opposite of Lady Gaga, where there's like, if there's 99 people in the room, I'm like, if there's 99 people in the room who love you and one person who doesn't, I'm like, why does that one person not love me?
Yeah, I'll get one hate comment, or like someone will just put like a question mark on a video I post, and I'm like, what's happening? I'm going to lose my job. Yeah, I'm going to lose my life. I'm about to get cancelled.
You're going to be fine. Everybody loves you.
Oh,
okay,
hopefully.
what is something that you can't get enough of?
Can't get enough of.
Fisting. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. Come. What can't I get enough of? Peace. I like when it comes, it's like the most overwhelming feeling that I can't get enough of it, but it doesn't seem to be fucking coming. But
well, like
when
inner peace,
when it's
peace.
there, yeah. Well, we're really
peace.
not going there. But I think but just being chill and like after like a day, you just go home and you just sit there. That moment that you sit there and you're just like, things are fine. Things are fine. I can't get enough of that. Like that is so good, and that's what I need to like. Or it's almost the opposite of what I've just said, but I feel like I need to become more like can't get enough of that. So maybe that's a manifestation of being like, yeah, I can't get enough of being fab.
Are you a manifester?
I had heavy on it. I brought a spiritualist, so I'm like, that's my whole life.
What does that mean?
Like it's kind of it's not. Spiritualist can be based on many different religions. Mine was based on like angels, so it's less so about God. It's more about like angels, universe, etc. So it's doing like angel cards, tarot cards. Okay. Crystals. There was a crystal ball in my house.
My mum's into all of
Crazy
those
boots. I know. I listened to your potty this morning. But I was like, do I mention it? But I'm less so star signs. Like, I respect star signs, but like, I'm very much like willing something to happen. I believe it works because everything that I manifested, I've got.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like.
Well, yeah, exactly. And I used to get so annoyed because mum would be like, Lewis, you've got to say to yourself that this will happen.
That's
and I'm
me.
like, fuck off,
yeah,
mum.
I know. But it will happen. And then also, like, the bass note, like, I remember once my mum went to a psychic, and don't get me wrong, those psychics told her fuck shit before. And she goes to me one time, she's like, so the psychic said that this might not be the thing that you end up doing forever. And I was just like, I'm going to kill that fuck. And I think about it every day. When I'm in a bad mood, I'm like, and the psychic said you might not be doing this forever. But I'm like, I might not be alive forever either. So here we are. Do you know what I mean? Like, that could mean many different things.
Well, yeah, exactly. But thank you so much, Sue.
Oh my God, no, thanks for having me on. I hope we said something interesting. I hope there's a clip there.
You said loads of stuff interesting.
Okay, me be like, really so at uni, it was horrible.
I got nonce.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Sorry. No, thank you so much.
Oh, no, thanks for having me.
You've been Sue, I think. Cut.